Good afternoon and welcome to our 30 on Thursday. My name is Claire Prosser. For those joining us for the first time, this is a bi-weekly series where we explore all things SharePoint. Our next 30 on Thursday will be on May 1st. The topic will be user adoption. Is your site an interface or an experience? As always, our full schedule can be found by going to our website. As well as our 30 on 30 series, we do have a full schedule of more in-depth 3-hour webinars and online training sessions. The format for these is now 3 days of 4-hour sessions and takes place Eastern time in the afternoon, so West Coast morning times. Another great event we have coming up is our SharePoint Conferenceorg. It's now in its 7th year and it's going to be in Reston on May 19th. There is a 15% promo code there, 30T15. I believe we only have a few spots left, so if you're thinking about registering, go ahead and get signed up. Okay, so back to today's session. We are recording the session, and you can take a look back at all our previous webinars on the website. If you have any questions as we go along, please enter them in the question box on the right, and we will get to as many as we can after the presentation. So today we're pleased to welcome Ross Lair from WAND to talk about managed metadata and automatic tagging in SharePoint. Ross, thanks for being with us, and I will hand over to you.
And let's see, what do I need to do, young lady, to hand it over? There we go. Okay, and I need to be looking at your slides. Am I correct, Claire? Well, technically we'll start here. Are you good? First of all, my name is Ross Lair. I'm the CEO of WAND Incorporated. Our discussion today is on managed metadata and automatic tagging in SharePoint. Firstly, I'd like to thank Claire, Protiviti, and I'd like to thank all of you who have taken time to attend today. Just a quick background on WAND Incorporated. WAND has been building taxonomy since 1983. And very, very expansive, extensive library of different taxonomies addressing different areas. We also provide taxonomy professional services. Hopefully today's presentation will be educational and I hope a bit entertaining. We'll start off our agenda. We're going to talk about the business problem, talk about what taxonomies are, try and simplify those. We're going to do a demonstration of our Taxonomy Portal, a demonstration of our automatic tagging software, a summary, and questions and answers. And the business problem. By 2020, the amount of digital information will grow by a factor of 30. The number of files a factor of 60. Explosion of information. How are we going to deal with it all?
Ross, can I interrupt? Would it help if I took back presentation and went through your slides for you?
Whatever. Are you able to, if everybody's able to see my screen, I'm good with this? Okay,
that's fine. I'll leave it with you.
Perfect. And the business problem. We've got all these documents. They're exploding on us, and 60% of our colleagues, our information workers, say it's hard to find the right information. And 75% of them say that finding the right information is critical to the organization's success. What are the obstacles? Poor search, inconsistency in how we tag content, lack of adequate tags. The problem, we can't find the right information, and we have an explosion, more and more and more of it coming for us. Taxonomy Simplified. If you ask 99 out of 100 people what taxonomies are, they'll say, gee, that's taxidermy. Nobody knows what they are. It's a mysterious term. We would suggest that taxonomies are the data model for unstructured text. And if I said to you there's no such thing as unstructured text, and I threw one of your company brochures on the table, I threw a Wall Street Journal article on the desk, You say to me, Ross, these are two perfect examples of unstructured text. What in the world are you talking about? And what I would say to everybody, all of us can read the company brochure and understand it perfectly. We can all read the Wall Street Journal article. It's not unstructured text for the human brain. Make a small modification of the first statement. Taxonomies are the data model for unstructured text that the computer can use to understand the text much the same way the human brain would. We would suggest that implicit taxonomies are how the human brain organizes information. These implicit taxonomies have been developed ever since the day we were born. If I said to you I'm flying to the Big Apple next week, the human brain processes that Big Apple means New York City. That's a narrower term to New York State, narrower term to the U.S., narrower term to North America. We've just built a basic taxonomy of geography with a little bit of a thesaurus element, Big Apple, New York City. Now, when I said I'm flying to the Big Apple next week, the human brain doesn't go through all those steps. The human brain immediately understands the meaning of the statement because the human brain organizes domains of information using logical taxonomic hierarchies. Could be geography, could be human resources, could be sports. The explicit taxonomies that Wand has developed simply representations of how the human brain and enterprises organize information. And these explicit taxonomies are used with SharePoint for tagging documents to organize them for indexing and search retrieval. So very simply, taxonomies, we've been using them all of our lives to organize information. We've been using them on Amazon. If we think about the business problem Amazon had, if we do a search for the word shoes on Amazon, you'll get 550,000 results. On the left-hand side of the screen are taxonomies. Taxonomy of size, taxonomy of color, type of shoe, brand, price. I want a size 11, basketball shoe, white, Adidas, 550,000 results, narrow down to the 5, 10 that are relevant to the user. As long as you've been using Amazon, you've been using taxonomies. Didn't matter whether it was searching for a pair of shoes, a computer, a television. The taxonomies were always there on the left-hand side of the screen to enable you to refine the results for those that are relevant to you. Enabling of taxonomy-driven faceted search. Imagine having that same ability to find enterprise documents. Wand has developed a vast library of industry taxonomies, and the way that we look at the world, just like Amazon has a stack of shoes, they've got a stack of computers, a stack of televisions, the enterprise has stacks of documents. If we put them all into one room, okay, and we're a manufacturing company, we're going to have a stack of manufacturing documents, we're going to have manufacturing equipment, manufacturing materials, stacks of documents that relate to the business that we're in. Every organization has stacks of documents relating to just general operations, IT, legal, human resources, so on and so forth. So what we endeavor to do is to have taxonomies that can address all of those stacks of documents. We're going to be looking at our Wand Taxonomy Library portal. We've just released this, and Wand provides automatic tagging software called DataFacet. There are other automatic tagging software companies, BA Insight, Concept Searching, Smart Logic, they all happen to be our taxonomy partners. But I'm going to be showing you, okay, our portal and the software to make the points, okay, of taxonomies and the automatic tagging. Taxonomy Portal demonstration that we'll be looking at, very simply, we can browse and select taxonomies for immediate download and import them directly into the term store. The automatic tagging solution we'll be looking at taxonomy management, automatic tagging, and taxonomy-driven search. The goal here is to show the principles, and pictures are worth 1,000 words. So we're going to be looking at these various applications. The Wand Taxonomy Portal. This is a list of the various taxonomies that are available. And if we want to look at human resources, the right-hand side shows the numbers of terms. Again, this is how we would organize a domain of information. Human resources. And within the context of this online subscription system, we can select to download just a tree, or we can download the entire, hierarchy, the entire taxonomy. When we select that, it's formatted into the SharePoint format, and I go to my delivery page, and I can straightforwardly download, whatever the file is. And then I can import it directly into the term store. The way that we look at the world, if we were to say, as an example, nonprofit, talk about taking all the documents, putting them into one room and putting them into stacks. Here are the different stacks of documents and respective taxonomies that would address those stacks of documents. Banking documents, a bank, the stacks of documents. Again, the analogy for Amazon, they had the problem. We've got all these stacks of different products. We need taxonomies for all of those stacks of products. Take another quick look at the Taxonomy Portal once again, and as we have a very interesting, when you think about taxonomies, when you think about a term, what does the term iron mean? And iron has many contexts. Iron can be a dietary mineral, an industrial mineral, it can be a clothes press. So we make available the term in context. So here's that word iron, the dietary mineral, and it's in context of dietary supplements. So what the taxonomy library enables, is access of any taxonomies that will address any of the stacks of documents that the enterprise has. Let's look at the automatic tagging engine now, and looked at the term store. This is what a taxonomy editor looks like, and we're going to be using our K through 12 taxonomy as an example. So support services and student support services. There's 55,000 elementary school students, in the United States. Board of Education. So within the context, of the taxonomy management tool, we can add terms, cut terms, copy terms, disable terms, completely customize the structure of the taxonomy in the left-hand pane. We can drag and drop terms if we want. In the left-hand pane, customize the structure of the taxonomy. In the center pane, we can create rules that will be applied by the automatic tagging engine. The human brain, if we saw three documents, one had Board of Education in it, another had BOE, another had School Board, the human brain knows those are synonyms. So we can create synonym rules, include rules, exclude rules. These rules represent how the human brain would tag documents and become instruction sets for the auto tagging engine to use when it looks at the text of the documents. Let's check a document in. Number of different libraries. I'm going to add a document to my K through 12 education library. The document is about Common Core. Documents being passed to the automatic tagging engine. Automatic tagging engine has compared the text of the document with the taxonomy terms, has applied the rules, has added these terms to the metadata of the document. Save the document, we're done. Search. In our K through 12 library, we have about 5,400 results. In traditional search, we'd be able to find by the result type, the author, the modified date. That's the before. Here's the after. Just like Amazon. the same taxonomies that were used in the auto tagging process, navigation trees in the search process. And I happen to be an 11th grade teacher. There's 459 documents about the 11th grade. And I happen to teach 11th grade calculus down to 22 documents. And I want to see those documents about advanced placement courses. So just that simple. Okay, I'm able to refine my results, okay, just like an Amazon search. Common Core, very popular topic now in the news. Do a search, refines the list of documents, about 2,300. Same situation. Common Core, administration, so on and so forth. Refine the results for whatever I'm looking for. So we've taken a look, okay, the business problem is we can't find our documents. We know that taxonomies, if we tag the documents, okay, with how we mentally organize, informations with our brain, okay, we can do that fast at Amazon type of search. Okay, we need to have taxonomies to start with. We need to have something to tag the documents with, and a lot of our clients, they just manually tag the documents. And auto tagging is nice, but maybe we don't need that. Maybe we just want to manually tag our documents. First, we're going to need taxonomies in the term store, and taxonomy creation takes a long time and can delay projects 6 months, 12 months, we found. So the ability to have a library of pre-built taxonomies that, boom, you can select what you need. You can have them at the right place, the right time, the right taxonomy. So one of the Microsoft guys said to me, Ross, great technology, so on and so forth, but why does it matter? What the heck is the business value? And we've got the business case here. So, and again, I hope this is a bit entertaining. What I'm going to suggest is we are going to have a meeting, okay, each and every one of us, we're going to have a meeting with the CEO of your largest customer or the company that you're working with. And CEO is going to be, C-level, they're going to be sitting behind the desk, and we're at the front of the desk, and I'm going to say to those folks, I'd like to take a look at your financial statements. And they look at me like I'm a little crazy and say, Ross, nobody's ever asked something like that of us before, but we want to see what you guys are up to. Here's our financial statements. What I'm going to say to the CEO, the C-level folks, let's go straight to your balance sheet. On your balance sheet, I see real estate, I see equipment, inventory, raw materials. If you call your accounting department, ask them for a printout of all real estate in 5 minutes back in the office, detailed printout of all real estate, detailed by country, by state, by location, by square footage, sliced, diced, any way you want. Ask your accounting department for a detailed print, for a printout of all the equipment 5 minutes back in the office. Manufacturing company, detailed printout by location, manufacturing equipment, packaging equipment, packaging splicers, the brand, the model number, IT equipment, servers, HP, the model, detailed printout. Same thing. Inventory, 5 minutes, detailed printout. Raw materials, 5 minutes. I'm going to say to our C-level folks, how is it that your accounting department can provide for you detailed printouts of all of your physical assets in such a short period of time? The answer is very simple. All of the physical assets of the enterprise have been tagged and classified. And above and beyond financial reporting purposes, why do we want all of our physical assets tagged and classified? Very simply, so our ERP systems, our information systems, our information workers, they know where all of our physical assets are at any point in time. If we're a manufacturing company, we've got 50 components that go into this product. If one component isn't there, manufacturing line goes down, so on and so forth. all of the physical assets of the enterprise tagged and classified so that the enterprise can run as efficiently as possible. All we're doing with taxonomies, automatic tagging, is applying the same good business principles to arguably what are as valuable, if not more valuable, to the enterprise than those physical assets, and those are the information assets, the intellectual assets. CEO looks at us and says, listen, best business practices. I know we have to tag and classify all of our physical assets. If we don't, our assembly line goes down. If we don't have the right equipment, a construction project, delays, okay, delayed with a shipment to a customer. Best business practice. I know that. Okay, for us, for us to be competitive, we have to have everything, inventory control. Looks at all of us. She looks at all of us. Says, I had no idea we could do the same thing with our information assets, our intellectual assets. Had no idea that was possible. It's the business argument, okay, for the business case, and there's a very compelling ROI case. I'm not sure where we're at with time, but the way that we look at it, and there's much research, that supports this. Various independent research reports show employees spend an average of 10 to 25% of their time searching for information. Making the process more efficient represents a huge ROI opportunity. So the ROI is very simple: number of employees, salaries. We take the low end, okay, and this is an Accenture number, 10 to 25%. The low end, okay, of 10%. And if we can improve it, okay, by 70%, okay, and with the right customization of taxonomies, it can, you can get, approach 80%. But the number of hours per individual, 140, that's a month. Imagine saying to every individual within the enterprise, here is an additional month. We've improved search. We've improved access to all of our intellectual assets. Okay, you can be creative now. You can find things. You don't have to recreate things. You don't have to do without things. Okay, you'll be able to find things. That month enables us, okay, to create value for the organization. That lost month that's lost now, we're able to apply, creating value, coming up with better ways, each individual. Improve customer service, improve sales, whatever it might be, reduce expenses. Okay, the intellectual assets, information assets that were invisible yesterday, now they're tagged, we can find them, we can create with them. And Claire, I'm going to give it back to you. Questions, answers?
Great. Well, thank you so much, Ross. I'll throw it open to any questions. We've got a couple of more moments before we wrap up. Ross, looks like you answered everyone's questions.
Very good. Just, I didn't know how long this was going to take. I hope, again, we showed a couple of our products, okay, to demonstrate, okay, the principles, but there are many, many good auto tagging solutions on the market. We like ours, of course. We think, the taxonomies that we've developed are very, very unique because we've had a long history of taxonomy development.
Well, thank you. We do have one comment in here. Thanks, enjoyed the presentation. So I will just add to that. Oh, there we go. We do have a question coming in. Is there any value in applying taxonomy to just historical data that has limited search need?
We have a client that 10,000 employees, and many of them are researchers. And by tagging historical information, research information, these folks are finding research, okay, that were done previously, okay, by colleagues that aren't there any longer. and to be able to, they're just astounded. Okay, they're able to find research, scientific information, experiments that they've repeated and repeated and repeated. You want to think about this, okay, is these are the intellectual ideas, the intellectual assets, okay, historical documents, current documents, that have been created, okay, by the people. By people that have worked at that company and people that have retired. Imagine, 30 years of research, or all the intellectual information, okay, when he or she leaves, okay, that, that they leave with. And to be able to access that information, is very valuable.
Well, thank you, Ross, and thank you everyone for joining us today. We will see you back on Thursday, May the 1st. Have a great afternoon, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye now.